everybody, welcome to Strumming with Christopher. I'm Christopher Gallegos, Monterey County Free Libraries, Gonzales Branch. So, I've covered 3 concepts related to jazz in the last couple of videos. I've covered major 7th chords, minor 7th chords, major triads, minor triads, and arpeggios. So I talked about major 7th arpeggios, but not minor 7th. So minor 7th arpeggio today, and this will probably be our little cap up of jazz, even though I could talk about it for a year. There's a lot to it. So, quick recap. What's an arpeggio? Well, an arpeggio, Italian musical term from classical music, basically just means you're taking a chord. So in today's lesson, minor 7th chord, and instead of playing the notes all at once, like when you strum a chord, an arpeggio is a way that you can play all the notes that are in a chord, but you're breaking the notes up. So it allows you to play it very straight, just meaning up and down, or you can play it in other ways that are more melodic, more like a scale. But it's a powerful tool, and it's something that you don't hear talked about as much in guitar. It's more of a jazzy thing, but you don't hear about it too much in rock or anything like that. And it's not that technical. So let's talk about a minor 7th arpeggio. So, last arpeggio video, major 7th arpeggios. Remember, major as a generality sounds happier and more upbeat. Major 7 chords make you want to smile, right? And major 7th arpeggio is similarly cheery. Okay, and minor 7th's a little more dark and mysterious, and so is the arpeggio. Okay, so this minor 7th arpeggio, actually the shape seems pretty close to a minor pentatonic scale. So don't get confused here. But you can learn how to integrate arpeggios with scales later. It's possible. So let's get right into this. So let's go down to our usual fret 5 because it's easy to see. And this minor 7th arpeggio shape is going to start with your index finger on the 5th fret, low E string. Okay, so that's our first note. And can't see my pick hand, but I'm just picking down over here as we're going down from the low E string. So first note, that's an A. And then we're going to stretch our pinky over to fret 8. Go down to the A string, and there's only going to be one note, and you're using your ring finger, so it feels a little different than this kind of thing. So first 3 notes, minor 7th arpeggio, low E string, fret 5, index finger. And then pinky, fret 8, ring finger down to A string, fret 7, and then down to the D string, index finger, fret 5, ring finger, fret 7. So playing that minor 7th arpeggio shape going down would look and sound like this. Ooh. As we're learning the shape, remember to try to pick upwards, or if you're using your finger, try to pick upwards. And going up would just be the reverse of that. So it would be ring finger D string, fret 7, to the index finger, fret 5, ring finger A string, fret 7, pinky, fret 8, low E, and fret 5, index finger. So that minor 7th arpeggio shape is actually pretty straightforward. I think the thing that's a little tricky is this, you start expecting your finger to just kind of follow this 2 fingers or 3 fingers per string, and just having that one takes a little practice. So something I would ask you to do as you're learning this shape is, and with the other arpeggio shape, same thing. Start trying to play the shape up and down very, very slowly and deliberately. And then as you're going along, you can start speeding up. So you're working on the left hand portion, but you're also working on keeping your right hand fluid and in line with what you're doing up here. So an example of that would be the shape I just showed you, which again, these shapes can move all up and down. I just used A, right, because it's easy to see. So you start very, very slow and deliberate. Downstrokes with a pick, very, very relaxed but firm, right? So slow, start slow. Speed up a bit. See, once you start missing notes or hitting mutes or something, then that's kind of your safeguard. Okay, I don't have that level of speed yet, but you'll get it. So that's fun to kind of start, go up and down very smoothly, downstrokes and then upstrokes on the way up, and try to up your speed. You can do that with a minor pentatonic too. It's easy to cheat by palm muting too, less resistance. But yeah, once you get those shapes where you can play them up and down, then push yourself a little bit and experiment with trying to play the notes of the arpeggio in different order than just up and down the shape. Same thing with scales. Not an easy concept to teach, but a quick example might be, say someone were playing A minor 7th chord and G minor 7th behind you, or a bass was playing those notes. Something like that, right? So, oh, I have to solo? What? I could use the minor pentatonic scale. But I'm using arpeggios here, right? So you might say, oh, well, I could just go. Well, you could, or you could do something like. So it's a little tricky to show you what I'm getting at since you're not here sitting next to me, but general idea, once you're comfortable playing the shape up and down as I'm teaching you, don't feel stuck to just doing that, because a lot of people get stuck in that trap where they just play a pattern up and down. That's fine with chords when you're playing rhythm guitar, but with solo and melody, you want to start breaking out of the same pattern, and you want to even start trying to skip strings, which I can talk about at some point. So instead of say you're doing like a minor pentatonic, very easy just to play it up and down, but you have to start skipping strings. You might play a note on the low E and then on the D, for example. It's easy to make mistakes, quote unquote, but really when you're learning, there are no mistakes. Just push yourself slightly when you're ready, and this stuff will all lock into place. Okay, so quick discussion about arpeggios and melody, and again, just inspiration and ideas for you to have more tools in your toolbox, but we've done a nice brief overview of jazz. Love talking about it. I hope you all have too. See you again soon.